Did you know Ethiopia, one of Africa's fastest-growing economies, has just launched its very own stock exchange? If you're curious about how this groundbreaking move could open up new investment opportunities, stay tuned, because today, we're diving into everything you need to know about the Ethiopian stock market. In today's video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about Ethiopia's stock market, what it is, how it works, the opportunities it offers for investors, and the challenges it faces. If you've ever wondered about investing in Ethiopia or learning about its growing economy, you're in the right place. So, make sure you stay tuned, like the video, and subscribe for more financial insights. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a stock market? A stock is a share of ownership in a company. A stock market is a place where securities, such as stocks and bonds, are bought and sold. It acts as a platform where investors can buy shares of companies, giving them partial ownership of those companies. Now, when we say securities, we're talking about financial assets that have value. These can include stocks, which represent ownership in a company, bonds, which are essentially loans made by investors to companies or governments, and other instruments like mutual funds. To understand how the stock market works, think of it like an auction. Companies list their shares on the stock exchange, and investors can bid on those shares. If you buy shares, you become a part owner of that company and have the potential to make a profit as the company grows. Now that we understand the basics of stock markets, let's talk specifically about Ethiopia's stock market and the launch of the Ethiopian Securities Exchange. The launch of the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, ESX. In January 2025, Ethiopia made history by launching its first-ever stock exchange, the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, or ESX. This is a major step toward modernizing Ethiopia's financial markets and opening up new investment opportunities for both domestic and international investors. So why is this launch so important? For one, it's a big leap for Ethiopia, which has long relied on traditional methods of financing such as bank loans and government bonds. The ESX opens up new channels for raising capital by enabling companies to list their shares and offer bonds. The first company to list on the exchange is Wegagen Bank, one of the leading commercial banks in Ethiopia. This is a landmark moment, as it marks the first publicly traded company in Ethiopia's history. And more companies, including state-owned enterprises like Ethio Telecom, are expected to follow soon. How the Ethiopian Securities Exchange works. Now, let's talk about how the Ethiopian Securities Exchange works. The ESX functions like any other stock market around the world. Companies list their shares on the exchange to raise capital, and investors can buy and sell those shares. At its core, the ESX operates through a set of intermediaries, known as brokers, who facilitate transactions between buyers and sellers. They act as the middlemen between investors and the companies listed on the exchange. When a company wants to raise funds, they issue an initial public offering, or IPO, where they sell shares to the public for the first time. After the IPO, those shares are traded on the exchange, and their prices can rise or fall based on demand and the company's performance. For example, if you want to invest in Ethiopia's Wegagen Bank, you can buy shares of the bank through the exchange. If the bank does well, the price of its shares might rise, and you could sell them for a profit. If the company faces challenges, the stock price might fall, and you could lose money. Investment opportunities in the Ethiopian stock market. Let's talk about the investment opportunities on the Ethiopian stock market. Ethiopia is a country with tremendous growth potential, and its stock market is a reflection of that. The ESX opens up opportunities for investors in a variety of sectors: banking, telecommunications, agriculture, energy, and manufacturing. For example, one of the major opportunities on the horizon is Ethio Telecom, the country's largest telecommunications provider. Ethio Telecom is expected to list its shares on the exchange soon, and many investors are already excited about the potential growth of the company in Ethiopia's rapidly expanding digital economy. Additionally, Ethiopia's agriculture sector, which accounts for a large portion of the economy, presents investment opportunities in companies involved in agribusiness, food production, and exports. Ethiopia is also making strides in renewable energy, which could create opportunities in solar, wind, and hydropower companies. Another area of interest is the country's burgeoning manufacturing industry. As Ethiopia continues to industrialize, companies in textiles, food processing, and construction materials may become valuable investment options. Challenges facing the Ethiopian stock market. While the opportunities are exciting, there are also significant challenges that the Ethiopian stock market must overcome. First, Ethiopia has only recently developed a stock market, so the country lacks the kind of long-established investor culture that many other countries have. This means that many Ethiopians and even foreign investors are not yet familiar with how the stock market works. Financial literacy will be crucial to the success of the ESX. The government and the private sector will need to invest in educating the public about stock market basics and the risks of investing. Another challenge is Ethiopia's political instability in certain regions. While the government has made progress in restoring peace, conflicts could still affect investor confidence, especially for foreign investors who are concerned about the safety of their capital. Moreover, the Ethiopian currency, the birr, is not freely convertible on international markets, which could deter foreign investment. Currency risk and the lack of a liquid market are factors that investors will need to consider carefully before entering the ESX. The future of the Ethiopian stock market. Despite the challenges, the future of the Ethiopian stock market looks bright. The government is working hard to improve the regulatory framework, build investor confidence, and encourage more companies to list on the exchange. As the market grows, we can expect more foreign and local investors to take part. Ethiopia's young and growing population, combined with a rapidly expanding tech industry, makes this country one of the most exciting investment destinations in Africa. If the government continues to implement economic reforms and the stock market develops successfully, Ethiopia could become a major player in the African financial landscape. So, there you have it, the Ethiopian stock market and the Ethiopian Securities Exchange. It's a new frontier, full of opportunities, challenges, and potential for growth. Whether you're a local investor or someone interested in entering the African market, now is the time to pay attention to what's happening in Ethiopia. What do you think about Ethiopia's stock market? Do you see it becoming a major player in the African economy? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth videos on finance, investing, and economic trends around the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with anyone who might find this information helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content on finance, investing, and emerging markets. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Ethiopia's stock market and its future? Drop a comment below, and I'll be sure to respond.